We are trying out Vangers for an hour. What is Vangers? What isn't Vangers? I don't know what Vangers is. It is a game on the PC. We're playing the Steam version. It seems kind of incomprehensible a little bit. So, in anticipation, I did download the manual to learn how to play this game tonight. We'll learn together. The only possible problem is this manual, the PDF I downloaded, is 84 pages. That's a much bigger manual than Mega Man had. So we'll take it as it comes. I have a feeling a lot of this hour just might have to do with figuring out how to play the game. All right. We have a mouse. What's our options? There's graphics. Those are graphics. Sound? Sure. I like sound. Controls? We could change controls, probably. We'll have to see how this goes. Let's start a new game. Why not? Yes, that's what that says, by the way. That does say new game. Let's click it and see what happens. Well, first we have to learn about the story of Vangers. Okay, human expansion. At the end of the 20th century, the unification of scientific and esoteric knowledge, which had long been separate and antagonistic, occurred. This was initiated by certain human spirits who achieved transcendental contact with powers resembling an infinite mind. The infinite mind had long been foretold and anticipated by some, denied to exist by others. The time was right, and the information gained from the contact, the theoretical principles of which were completely unknown, could be used successfully in real life. The technology that had the most dramatic impact on human evolution was the permanent tunneling of space, the creation of so-called passages which enabled travel to alien worlds. Humanity's age-old dream of traveling to the stars became reality. A cosmogonical model of the universe, with its planets, stars, and galaxies, became unnecessary. The passages opened ways into zones whose formation was completely unrelated to the scientific concept of metagalaxy. Building and activating a passage required enormous amounts of energy, and its destination point was impossible to predict. After activation, a passage became virtually autonomous, connecting two worlds. Humankind rushed headlong to the new worlds, exploring and colonizing, unthinking and heedless of any consequences. While the finest minds assimilated knowledge from the new worlds, others bent on conquest rushed forth with vehicles of mass destruction. These explorers were uncaring of the philosophical aspects of contact with other civilizations. Secure in the knowledge of their superior intellect, humans expanded and conquered new worlds for 100 years. The entire human culture was significantly distorted under the impact of the rapidly growing chain of worlds. Without even completing the reconnaissance and development of one world, the explorers would start building a new passage to the next. Fortunately, only a minority of the new worlds became part of the chain, since the environment on many of them was extremely hostile to humans. Inevitably, the explorers' disregard and conceit reaped their just rewards. First contact. The Crispo were entirely unfamiliar, nothing like the ugly little humanoids flying UFOs of 20th century imagery. The collective mind of a Crispo colony was totally unintelligible to the humans with their individual psyches. The colony's flawless mechanism closely resembled earthly nests of insects. The appearance of the explorers from the passage was initially overlooked by the colony, preoccupied as it was with its primary function of territorial control. Conversely, The advance guard of explorers immediately started slaying these strange beasts, as they have done in similar circumstances so many times before. The consequences of this slaughter were catastrophic. By the time people realized their technological inferiority to the new enemy, the Crispo had managed to enter the passage and had discovered the new unclaimed territories. Initially, they ignored the human settlers, although they did exterminate anyone foolish enough to get in their way. Disunited and defenseless, the settlers managed to seal off major cities, leaving the rest of the world to the Crispo. Events progressed rapidly, and the passage to Earth was destroyed, leaving millions of the Softy, as they were later to be known, owing to their physical helplessness, isolated with the Crispo. Soon, the Crispo sprang a new surprise. The human body served extremely well as biomass for their larvae. The Clash. The rapidly decreasing Softy population attempted a last counterstroke inspired by the infinite mind. Genetic intrusion. This successfully drove the Crispo back, and as the epidemic threatened to harm the queen of the colony, the passage to the Crispo home world, Cry, was blocked. The genetic intrusion unleashed during the clash between the Softy and the Crispo resulted in a combined genetic structure. In the following generations, biomolecular chaos erased all the original Softy and Crispo and formed a sinister bouillon of spawn. The majority of them had no chance of survival, but after a while, 3 basic varieties of the species, the bios, began to form from the diversity of mutant Losty. They were all characterized by similar metabolism and psychobiological uniformity. There we go. The Crispo anatomy proved to be more advanced and better suited for the local habitat. The Softy complex nervous system proved superior in terms of versatility. The Losty inherited these characteristics from their ancestors. The 4 basic worlds of the chain are now inhabited by the 3 bios, whose diversity traces back to the functional division of a Crispo colony. The Crispo. The Crispo colony encountered the pioneer Softy, appeared to be a highly organized collective mind of insectoid organisms. However, all was not how it seemed. Only one division of the Crispo manifested intelligence, and the Softy remained ignorant of their existence. It was the larvae subterranean creatures, incapable of fast movement and relatively weak, who ran the colony. A complicated system of sense was used to control the other divisions of the colony. These worm-like bearers of mind were at the top of the colony hierarchy, with the queen at their head. The queen did not possess her own consciousness or identity. She was merely integrated the mental primitives of the larvae. Human individualism was alien to her intrinsically collective mind. Territorial expansion of Crispo was highly organized and began with the invasion of the Queen's satellites, the larvae, into the area to be occupied. The larvae controlled the Crispo combat troops from deep underground by generating pheromones. The larvae consisted of a simple biological structure with a slow metabolism, which resulted in a lifespan lasting eons. All the creatures in the universe live according to their inherent nature. The Softy possessed a restlessness of mind and spirit that urged them to ceaselessly search for their raison d'etre. Crispo were free from such high matters. Their leading strength lay in the integration of diverse beings by the Queen in a complicated but well-organized biological system. The Clash extracted these drives from both Crispo and Softy. The few bios produced by the bouillon of spawn, capable of physical survival, inherited a combination of racial instincts producing obscure urges which lost any meaning. The Losty. During the Clash, while defending themselves from the ferocious Crispo, the last generation of the Softy built underground enclave cities, escaves, which became known for their descendants, the Losty. Although the Losty inherited their brains from the Softy, their subconsciousness integrated many weird psychic features of their Crispo ancestors, which emerged as somewhat bizarre behavior in the mutants. It is the influence of the instincts that has resulted in the bios existing in urban communities, the bunches. They endlessly practice cult rituals, the only reason for existence they have. The bunches have survived only by strict adherence to the conservation laws that developed over time. A bunch cycle consists of several stages, each of which is closely connected to the physiology of one of the bios. The completion of each such function depends on the scent of a particular larva, which serves as a catalyst. The complicated Crispo mechanism of controlling the colony through a system of scents evolved into a sophisticated cult practiced by the Losty. It involved great reverence of and addiction to the scents of the now hidden and unfathomable larvae who still slowly crawl underground, disunited without their connection to the Queen, lost long ago when the passage to Cry was sealed. Ahem. Present. It is now 1,000 years after the clash. The Losty have stabilized and formed aberrant tribes of inbred creatures. Living on the rubble of powerful and ancient civilizations, they practice endless cult cycles in an attempt to establish a rationale for their existence. The player belongs to the clan of Vangers, explorers, warriors, traders, and pirates, in a world that is only just beginning to wake up from the oblivion. The strange worlds of the Lost Chain emerge as time passes. They are full of mystery, weird inhabitants, and dangerous competitors. Eventually, it will be revealed that the clash between the Softy and the Crispo was not coincidental. Oh, spoilers! The weird history of the Bouillon of Spawn have been placed by the Infinite Mind specifically to develop a new type of warrior, the Vanger. Actung. Vangers approaching. Okay, we did it. We got past the story. Welcome back, poor Pill Garlic. We thought you were completely dead. Have to give another one away. You know how it happens. Yesterday you were a dapper little caterpillar without a care in the world. And now you're climbing up into your mechos and going up, from our warmth, up there, to plow the roads on Fostral, scaring everyone you meet into ditches. I see you're too dumb to listen to me. What are you worth, you worthless piece of trash? Listen and remember, as you'll understand this later, if you survive, of course. I'm Leapkey, the counselor on Podish, and Escave on Fostral, which is what we call our world. And you're a clod of mucus, cast away from the pods. Your fate is clear. You'll take your rattletrap and be thrown out, as that's the law. I hope your fate won't make you wait. It's excruciating living off a pod. I've seen a lot of jerks like you, yet I still sympathize with you. They blinked innocently, just like you, not knowing who they were, where they were from, or where they should go. All right, as a matter of routine, I must tell you about the anatomy of the universe. Now listen. Don't be afraid, there's no need to know too much. I used to give lengthy lessons talking about bunches, the chain, the underground larvae, about stupid beaver rats that live on glorks. And I explain what Rafa is, about kusawaks. Yes, I see it's all for nothing. You look at me like E.T. trying to understand the message. At your wit's end? Oh, you haven't seen life inside or outside. So I'll do this the easy way. I'll give you the mission, without splitting hairs. Fostral is big, and we're on the bottom. Our escave is here. Far up is Incubator, the holy place. It is where we send our tasty nimbos to prolong the Elipod race. Remember our bios. It's superior to all the creatures in the chain. And remember the main thing. You're on your own from this moment on, with no one to feed or lick or cuddle you. Tell me about it. You're a maverick, your own master and servant. No one will give a pinch of cert for your mistakes. Your choice is Mechos, an ancient machine you'll own and die in, for there are quite a lot of you. Knights of the Road, who comb the worlds for gain and kill each other for chicken feed. Vangers are beasts. We Elipods are kind to you, but only somewhat. We don't give a crap about your destiny, and you're free to do whatever you want. But remember, if you want to survive, you better listen to us, Shrimp. Only by serving Podish will you get everything from fast mechos to secret knowledge. Here's your first mission. Get some secret nimbos from here and take it to the other end of Fostral, into sultry Incubator. My Vanger's waiting there. He'll tell you more if you survive in the jungles of Fostral. Farewell, kiddo, and good luck. Bring me some Kusawaks. Alright, so looks like, yep. Conversation is over. Now we have to figure out how to play the game. It's an interesting premise, the idea of humans colonize a world and then another completely different alien species start colonizing the same world, and both homeworlds say, oh shit, and shut down the portals, and now, now both species are cut off from their homeworlds and end up genetically mixing into a thing, but the thing that we are now, a Vanger. So, I'm looking at the manual, talking about the Escaves, which is a screenshot of where we are right now. Life for a Vanger begins in Podish, one of the Escaves on the world known as Fostral. The counselors who live in the Escaves provide information and missions. In the store, which is only available in an Escave, Mechos, the vehicle of a Vanger, weapons, wares, and other goodies can be bought and sold. 2 dialogue boxes, counselors at the top and the Vangers at the bottom. All right, well, there's not been anything in my dialogue box. Be warned, counselors are frequently rude and insulting and occasionally lie. Persistence and a thick skin are necessary qualities for a Vanger. That's just a social media. That's just all this is. I mean, this was made in the mid-90s, so I guess the developers were Usenet users, probably. Sometimes a counselor may give an item to a Vanger. To pick up the item, click on it, go to the trade screen. Global clock is always ticking. We can see that. That is going. Time does not stand still in an Escave. There are 3 cycles which govern the Vanger's universe. They are named differently on each basic world. The time it takes to complete a cycle varies and can be expedited by delivering the appropriate cert. The coloring of the world varies depending on the current cult cycle. Determine the current phase of a cycle by painting the walls of the Escave in Fostral. When they can be painted white, it is the beginning of the plump up. The plump up. And time to transport an E-leecher from Incubator to Podish. Well, I'm transporting a Nimbo to Incubator. That's my first mission. How do I paint this, though? I mean, I can see this icon's glowing. I think that's leave. How do I paint? Oh, that's save. How do I go back? Oh, there we go. What's this? Trade? Okay, here's the trading screen. Is that my Mechos? Or is that one that I could buy? Nimbos. I need to transport Nimbos. Should I buy these Nimbos? Okay, they take up that much in my inventory. They didn't. I mean, it just said transport these Nimbos. Is 1 Nimbos good enough? I hope so. What's this? Oh, okay, we got questions. What is Mechos, counselor? You are its slave from now on. The Mechos is your servant. Subdue it. That's certainly a way to talk about your car, yes. What is Fostral? We're on Fostral now in our world. You won't understand what I mean until you learn the nature of the chain. Go up and touch Fostral. Your Mechos is waiting. And that is a point. Sometimes the best way to learn is by doing. And we can't learn if we're just stuck in here. There are many questions. Well, we want to transport to Incubator, so tell me about Incubator. The holy place where Elipod poets of the burrows are born. I just need to know where it is, though. What is Nimbus? Oh, I guess I'm painting orange? Yeah, okay, I can paint orange. I don't know what that means. My Nimbos will never wake, Rambler. Is that an insult? I feel like that was an insult of some kind. BIOS? Incubate? Okay, so that's all the questions. Alright, so we can leave. Up to world. Alright, this is my car, my Mechos. Want to get a new perspective? Click the window on the right, click camera. Experiment all I want. Incubator? Okay, it gives me a waypoint. I want to go to Incubator. Can I get on that? Yeah, I'm getting on it. Okay, there we go. Okay, terrain is tough. It's not all smooth. Can I go? Okay, like this stuff does not seem to be breaking, but I can work my way through it. Can I get through that? Yes. Okay, I'm just using the cursor keys to move the car. I don't know if there are any additional controls for the car I need to be aware of. There probably are. Can I drive over this? I can. So we're doing some off-roading. Our Mechos seems fairly capable. Alright. Can I drive on this surface? Okay, yeah, it seems like that's fine. Doesn't seem like it's a problem. Oh. Wonder what that is. Well, I want to go to Incubator, and I assume that's where this is taking me. Dominance -1. Oh no, another Vanger. I'm not ready for combat. I mean, maybe I am, and I just don't know. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know how to combat. Maybe my car does have the ability to do it, my Mechos. Going underneath the bridge? Oh, am I climbing up out of it? Well, I broke the bridge. Plump up has started, Vanger. The Elipod's Holy Race. I would like that. I don't know how to do that. Also, I need to finish my mission. Am I in water? Yeah, I'm in a river. I'm in a river right now. Can I, like, get out of it? Not there, in any case. Maybe here? Get up on that. No, maybe not. Does not seem like I can pull myself up out of that. Alright, so I mean, a good question to know the answer to would be if I'm in water. How do I get out of water? Maybe this... No, that's probably a bridge. Oh, did I die? Yep, my corpseification completed. Vangers! I guess we will load a game. There we go. Let me buy a Nimbo. I don't know if a second attempt is going to work any better. Let me just take a look at this manual again and see if it gives me any idea of what we should be doing. I'm looking at page 24 out of 84. This one's talking about buying weapons, devices, or wares. Buying a Mechos. The world. Much of a Vangers' life and death is passed on the surface of the various worlds. It's possible to spend time flying above the surface, or burrowing beneath the surface, or even underwater. How long can you hold your breath? How I found out the answer to that, but the majority of the action occurs at ground level. Many ask, what is the purpose of a Vanger? Well, there is no simple answer. To work hard for the bunches, make a lot of beebs, and hone driving and shooting skills on the stinkhorns, not your fellow Vangers. Oh, is shooting your fellow Vangers looked down upon? One train of thought, to move on to the next world as quickly as possible. Destroying anything or anyone in the way is another. The extracts from A Vanger's Diary, on page 63, provide a modicum of enlightenment. Let's see. Info, inventory, full screen. In info mode, there are 2 information fields displayed. Yeah, we saw the 2 boxes on the right side. See page 31 to talk about the maps. All right, so let's see. Map. This option is only available in the lower field. Selected as default. It displays the overview map. Well, okay, let's go up and see what that looks like. I didn't think anything was in there at first. Okay, no, I guess that is a map. It's just the same color as everything else. Is the entrance different? This does not look like the entrance I came out of the first time. Can it change? All right, so map in the lower right. Let's see. Displays the overview map. Okay, I'm getting hit, but I mean, well, we'll just see. I'm just reading this manual. We'll see what happens. The dots are color-coded according to Mechos, so I can see my bright green dot on that. Except when a Mechos is involved in a sacred ritual, and then it's a red dot. I can turn it off. I can display the chain. When a Vanger has the ability... Okay, so if I can travel between worlds, the chain can do that. Compass. For assistance in navigation, select compass. So, like, say, the compass. So I wanted to go to Incubator, and then it pointed me at that, right? Then click what you want to find. The bright orange compass beeb appears on the map display. Okay, camera. 3 view options. Let's look at camera. Okay, so zoom active. When toggled on, plus and minus keys or up and down arrows can be used to raise and lower the camera. Press, Stop that, please. I'm trying to figure out the camera. So we can... Yeah, zoom out, or... Nope, I want to click back on that. Camera. No, it's just zooming out, not in. I can hit 0. Let's see. Isometry. Oh, okay, look at that. You get like a little bit of a 3D perspective. That's neat. I wouldn't mind a little bit more of it. Please, sir, I'm trying to learn how to use my controls. I don't need to be Vangered right now. I know you want a Vanger. I do not. I'm tumbling around. You're lost, Vanger. You gotta head for Incubator. I know I gotta head for Incubator. I'm just trying to get out of the way of getting shot. Rotation. Okay, so let's look at camera. Rotation. So rotation is when toggled on. Okay. I can imagine this is gonna look unpleasant. Let's see. I can't seem to move. So let's abort that. And we'll load again. Load again. Right. Okay, so... yeah, it's gonna make the whole thing rotate. That kind of looks unpleasant. No, not that. Not the chain. The camera. Let's turn rotation off, I think. I would want to keep isometry on. Compass to incubator. Parameters. Luck 15, dominance 0. Let's see. Luck can go through 0 to 100. It's increased when a Vanger comes first in a ritual race, or when a tabu task is successfully completed. It is decreased when the Vanger comes last in a ritual race, when Weezik or an E-Leech is destroyed, when a captured larva is lost, or when a tabu task is failed. Luck affects the number of items. It affects a bunch of stuff. Dominance can be negative 100 through positive 100. Increases when you kill another Vanger, acquire a new type of a bunch of things. Dominance affects Vanger's attitudes towards you, likely being hit by another Vanger's, price in stores. Inventory mode, full screen. I mean, playing in full screen. By the way, what's on this one on the top? We can put the map up there. And, alright, well, let's give it another try. And it does say that... Alright, so I guess the way the compass works, it doesn't give you a straight line direction, but rather is telling you what roads you should go on. I wonder if that's useful, or if it would have been more useful to just have a straight line. Are you telling me I should drive that way? All right. Over that. There we go. Right. Okay, so I guess those are shallows. Right. Dominance -1. So a dominance apparently goes down gradually over time. So if I want to be dominant, I have to actively get dominance, or otherwise it's just going to keep going down. Can I work my way over this? Not looking that good. By the way, what is this? Well, I rolled over when I went over it. Right, now I'm on a lower level. Over. Well, that number to incubator is slowly decreasing. That's what we want. Surely we can complete at least the first mission, the tutorial mission. Surely we can do that much. I get up through this. I did before on one of these. Was able to work my way up. Maybe it's not happening this time. Plump up has started. Yeah, I need to get to incubator so I can participate. Oh, here's the river. This is where I died before. All right, can I get up onto land and not go into water? I would like to be able to get up onto the higher level. It's just not working our way up. If I stay on the lower level, it's just going to lead me back into the river. And we know that doesn't work out. Oh, hold on. Is this a... Can I get up from here? This looks maybe more gradual. No? Doesn't seem like I can. Maybe? No. Maybe not. So far, my biggest obstacle in Vangers has been... How can I get up to a higher elevation? Maybe here. Maybe? Maybe? Work our way up? Yeah? Maybe? Yeah, yes. Okay, yes. So that's been the biggest challenge so far. Is if I fall down to the lower elevation, how do I get up to a higher one? That goes over a river. Well, I mean, I'm gonna go... I mean, that does come up on land, so... Should be fine. Yeah, we got up. Can I get over this? Yeah, okay, we can get over this. A big part of traversal is being able to... Oh, can I not go... Okay, that's in the way. Riggs Energy Station is here. A big part of traversal in this game seems to be figuring out just what you can actually drive over. And I'm sure you can upgrade your mechos to be able to handle that better. I'm sure that's part of the game. Get up. And then through. And then up here. Okay, yeah, we're doing it. Kinda. Slowly, not elegantly, but I mean, you know, we're making our way. Oh no, I'm on a lower level now. Appears to be the case. Get up on that shore. That should be possible. Is it too high? That might be too... No. We just got there. Is this it? We made it? I think we made it. We made it to, Incubator. Use open. Okay. What is, which one is open? Inventory on, off. There we go. Hey, we got into Incubator. We got in there. Another green Vanger. Get lost up there, you naughty rambler. I had my compass. Okay, you're a victim of fate already. I'm glad you got here and didn't drown or encounter your friend. Yeah, who would... who would drown driving here? Certainly not me. Let's meet, in case you keep your body and soul together for a while. I'm Finger. Leapke is my host. I'm in his pod. Well, you're too young to understand this, but remember one thing. I don't really exist. Finger is a function of the pod. All my thoughts are his thoughts. For example, if I'm scratching myself, he is scratching himself too. The host, Leapke to you, knows everything about me and even more. Actually, I am him to some extent. Pods are the base of the Ellipod's life. We're so comfortable that I feel embarrassed for you that you're alone. Being outside is frightening. Tell me about it. Every time I give you an E-leech, I beg him to leave the baby in Podish and not depart my nursling from the Ellipod bunch. But alas, All right, enough of that chit-chat. It's time for you to go up. Incubator's not your home. I hope you now understand Forstral's formation and will be able to easily make my way back. Yes, easily. We can easily get back the way we came. Easily. My task is to get some soft phlegma into my mechos as we need it in the Podish. We can get phlegma in the shop to the left of me. We'll pay for the delivery. Now get to your strange world. Your choice of cargo was a good one, Wheelman. You have a bright future. Nimbos is what the Elipods need here in wonderful Incubator. That's all, Fitter. Leave me alone. I'm busy. All right. So let's see. Can I sell this to them? Take it? I mean, okay, I put it there. Is that good? Does he say anything different from Oh, I guess the color's green here. Does he say anything different from the other counselor? An esclave of gracious Elipods, which lies underground, located on the bottom belt of Forestral. So let's see. This one, take that, is the Pupok pile. Where's that one? Is that one I'm holding? Terminator Wormer. I don't know. Phlegma. Oh, he did say phlegma. Apparently we need that. Nimbos, that's what I brought. And things that, you know, would probably do something. A variety of things. But it's all not very familiar to me. So let's take a look at the manual. Let's see. Oh, actually, there's controls here for driving. That might be useful to know. So let's see. Okay, you can accelerate with Shift key or auto run. Oh, your car can jump. You can jump by pressing Insert or A. I mean, A is probably a little more convenient than using the Insert key for gameplay. The longer it is held down, the bigger the jump. Jumping uses energy. This is reflected in the shield energy indicator. C on the keyboard applies the handbrake if you want to make a fast about face. End and page down for rollover left and right, respectively. This is indispensable procedure for quick recovery after being turned over. End and page down. To use a device, turn it on by using page up and then off by the home key. All right. Well, they like using that that bunch of 6 keys above the cursor keys. They just want to use all of them. I don't rarely see a game that wants to use these keys. Firing weapons. Press the number of the bay in which they're located. Fire weapons by pressing Control. To release a Terminator, press 4. To aim a weapon, point the mechos at the target. Weapons fire from their position on the mechos. Don't get too close. Take into consideration on which side of the weapon is located. Let's see, just scrolling through. I think I'm in a glossary where it's going over all the items and cars and such, and ammunition and items. And boy, this is going on for pages and pages and pages. Okay. All right. Let's go back up. Okay. So, let's see. This is accelerate. Well, I mean, I need to get some open distance. Okay, that's accelerate. There we go. Let me head back to, again, cycling through the manual. The one that I probably really need to know is... Well, that's jumping? That's more like rolling. Okay, so... I wonder if this is remapped for the Steam version, because A and D are rolling left and right. That's not what the manual said. That was... Okay, W is jump. So I guess the Steam version does have controls that are not quite like what it was saying in the manual. Podish. Woo! You're obligated by law to yell that when your car is jumping in that manner. Well, I was saying before that it was very difficult to actually get your car from a lower level to a higher one. I assume that jumping will make that a lot easier. I wonder if I'm taking damage when I roll over like that. I mean, I do I'm not sure which meter is telling me what. There are things in the four corners of the screen. I'm honestly not sure what any of it's telling me. Let's see, can I jump out of this water? Huh? Maybe. Okay, yep, there we go. Flipped on out of the water. Hard to get any momentum going in this position. Nope. Dominance -1. Oh, no. Almost over. There we go. Still wondering what these are. Maybe it's not time to know. Stop hanging around. Yeah, I'm trying to get to Podish. It's hard. So the manual did mention that there is car combat. I mean, so far, we have been attacked by some cars, but combat ourselves. We're too busy in figuring out how to drive this car and actually maneuver around the terrain. But I would assume that car combat would probably play a fairly important part. Can you move, please? There we go. It'd be fairly important in the game, I would think. Yeah, look at that guy. He's going flying. See, that was someone who knows how to make his car jump. Just going. All Alright, this land's pretty flat right here. That's nice. Should I go across that bridge? Compass. Try to stay up on the upper level. Into the water? Well, we can jump, so maybe it's not so bad now. Look at that jump. That guy knows what he's doing. He has a gun mounted on the top of his car. You can see how it's mounted on one side of it. It did mention in the manual that you have to, be aware of which side of your car the gun's on. Now, that guy's trying to attack me, but I was told earlier that it's bad form to attack other Vangers. Well, we're almost there. Hopefully. Someone else is here, too. All right. Hey, sir, please. I see our talks are not in vain, Vanger. You bought us phlegma. We Edipods like to wallow in it. Everyone enjoys a good wallow. I have nothing to say, Fitter. Leave me alone. I'm busy. All right. So I wonder, is that like the completion of our tutorial? They told us at the beginning, take this Nimbo and take it to Incubator. And then at Incubator, they say, back at Podish, they want this phlegma. So I did that. And now... Maybe now, like, the idea is, okay, you know how to play this game. You know what you're doing. And there they go. They got some phlegma. And then, we can maybe buy a gun. Like that. Maybe we can buy a gun. Let's see. Let me just remind myself. Control is fire all weapons. Yeah, okay, so now I can shoot a gun. And I guess if I wanted to, make more money, I could do that, that run between these two locations with Nimbos and Phlegma. Yeah, take Nimbos with me from Podish. And then we could, find races? fight other Vangers on the road with our gun. That had like a chain effect when I did that. Dominance is -1. It said that I desperately need to win something. Well, you know, we're hitting an hour now, so I don't think that we have time to do anything else. That's our look at Vangers. You know, I still don't really know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it. It's this high concept sci-fi story, and then you start the gameplay, and it's like micro machines with guns, and you can transport stuff and drive your car and win races. Well, what's the goal? I mean, I've no idea what the long-term goal of Vangers would be. It did mention in the manual that you could take the chain to go to other planets. So I guess that's, you know, eventually you're going to do everything you can on this world of Forstrahl, and then you'll be able to make your way to other worlds. I wonder, you know, maybe the end game will have to do with opening up the wormholes back to the home worlds of the two respective species. Like, maybe that's how this goes. I have no idea. It just kind of feels like maybe a lot of it is going to be about doing things to make money so you can upgrade your car. It's just kind of like what it seems like, as opposed to there being more of a direct story path. Whatever it is you can do to make money to upgrade this car is the story. So you can transport to other places. And whatever the ultimate goal would be. I will also have to say, this game is pretty hard to control. I mean, I guess that's deliberate. This is inhospitable terrain. Getting the car around is not easy. I don't think I can get up there. Oh, yep, flip it over. There we go. Like, sometimes you get some flat straightaways, but most of the time that's not happening. Like, this is nice right here. Well, you know, I've heard of this game before, and I looked at, like, the first few minutes of it and had no idea what I was looking at. So, I mean, if nothing else, hey, now I have some idea about what Vangers is. Maybe not a great idea still, but some idea of what this thing is. So there's that. Yeah, get around. Okay. What's at the end? I just want to see what's at the end of this. Where it's pointing me. I'm pretty sure this compass came up the first time it said I need to win a race. So if I need to win a race, is that where it's taking me? No, was that like a jump pad? I think that there was a jump pad in the water. I didn't know those existed. All right. What is this? Oh, this is just Incubator again? All right. Well, never mind. Okay, tell me about the routine. I'm not a rookie in Incubator anymore, and they can trust me with an E-leech. Now listen. All living creatures in the chain are subject to the laws of flesh, and every bunch has its own cycle. Well, we're all under thrall of the creepy creature soup, and those who couldn't make their way to larvae are now dead and no more. Our essence is taking our cherished E-leashes to Podish, and here's a rough plan of our rotation. You better learn it, or you'll be a beggar or die somewhere in a ditch from brutal Vangers, or what would be even worse, Rafa. In the beginning is plump up. That's what we call it. Some pods select a low chord. His body starts to plump. Everyone gets a kick out of that. The Nimbos moves and bubbles inside the chosen Elipod, and now this pod's all nervous and uptight. The tension is eternal, and we are at the climax. The sound of the low chord now surges higher and higher. Whiz, bang, and silence. The cord is cut short. The right Nimbos is now ready for delivery into Incubator, its rightful place. How E-leeches are born is our secret. Just wait until the new cycle of our rotation. The election, my friend. You will be in your element in this crazy race. You'll take an E-leech, the jewel of the pod. Take care of him, as nature's set things up in such a way that the E-leech is defenseless and doesn't live long. You're the ones that take them back to Podish. That's why we keep you around, fitters of the roads, pilots of Forstraw. Our right is harsh, yet sweet for you. The one who proves to be the smartest and comes to Podish with the E-leech first will be greatly rewarded and will gain our favor. The one who fails and ruins the E-leech will pay for it. The cost will be high, and you will fear us then. At the end is the gulp down. I love the gulp down. The dapper E-leeches finally reach the bodies, which have cooled off after the plump up, and are now awaiting revival. The E-leeches are taken into their cool embrace and take the pulpy gift, Elipod flesh. And soon the pod will hear the newborn chord, just like the chosen one who gave the Nimbos. The Elipods are the masters of Forstraw. You must have seen the change of colors up there on the ground. This is the way you see our cycle, the way we govern you. You have some knowledge now about Elipods, and you can cater to us. Test your fate. Vanger, the election is coming up. The Elipods are giving you the chance to participate in something holy. Do you agree to wait here until the abundant plump-up and E-leeches emerge from the abyss of dreams? Well, let's save a game. What if I waited? The inevitable has happened. The E-leeches have come. Take him and bring him to Podish, but remember the E-leech is very fragile. As soon as the gulp down starts, he'll die forever. Hurry up, charioteer. I mean, we've been to Podish. We've done that. So I guess the idea would be that we have to get there as fast as possible. All right. That's all, fitter. Leave me alone. I'm busy. All right. I assume he automatically put that in our inventory. No, I don't see it there. Okay, it's not here. Maybe it doesn't get put in our inventory. Maybe it's just, you know, taken for granted that we have the E-leech. I don't see an E-leech. But, like, his hand came out, and we had a sound? So, is there, like, an official race or something? I forgot to buy some phlegma. Oh, I mean, I thought I was just taking the E-leech. But if they want me to take some phlegma, okay. I don't know. Okay, okay, I need to get my compass to tell me about Podish. So, am I in an active race? I don't see anyone else. They sure do like they really do want to start you off going back and forth between these two locations. It's not going so well. Eh. This could be going better. Hey, stop. Oh, what? You're gonna damage my E-leech. Well, this actually seems to be a fairly flat road. There's a bridge here. Guess I gotta go around. How are you going to take it, friend? Okay, you were able to jump over that. And sometimes you just gotta see how others do it. They seem to be tumbling around quite a bit themselves. Tumbling and bumbling. Seem to... No, Can't seem to move out of this little position I'm in here. Yeah, I know. I love it when the camera spins around when someone's attacking me. It's the best. Cannot get the momentum to go over this. It's just not happening. Armor low. No kid. Oh, there we go. Armor low. Nothing I can do about that. Guess I should have waited until that bridge came up. Well, we got to cross the river anyway. Well, let's not go back into it. yourself right in. I see your talks are not in vain, Vanger. Yeah, we brought you phlegm. It's true. All right. All right. Well, I thought I was given an like a thing. But I mean, I'll give you this if you want it. There we go. All right. Well, I thought that they gave me the E-leech, but they said we had to go back. But maybe I'm wrong about the time period in which that is supposed to be taking place. I mean, what a surprise if I might be a bit puzzled about something that the game would be trying to get across. E-leech is a wonderful creature. He used to be an E-leech too, not for very long. All right. Well, I guess that's our finish for the tryout. I don't know. Look at this Vangers. We've been trying it out for an hour, and it is extremely rough to play. You're driving around on a map where it's pretty hard to tell what the elevation of different levels is supposed to be and how easy or hard it's going to be to go up an elevation, or where you're actually going to go when you jump. Will you have any forward momentum, or are you going to roll over? Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? Let me take a quick look at something here. I'm very curious about a specific thing. How long to beat Vangers? Because I have a feeling this could go anywhere from like 5 hours to 200. Vangers. Main story, 15 hours, 45 minutes. Main plus extras, 20 hours. Completionist, 35 hours. All right, so I got no indication about just how long this game might be. So that's Vangers. Man, I don't know. You saw the same thing I did. You saw the same thing. You weren't playing it, but does the terrain ever get any better to drive over? Maybe if you upgrade the car, it's very hard. It's inscrutable. And I mean, I guess that was deliberate. The game is not made for you to understand it. It is a symptom of the hubris of man to think that you could comprehend Vangers. But at least we tried it out for an hour, and we drove between Podish and Incubator a few times. That's our tryout.